let's see. Wait. All right.
Can we seltzer?
Shivchey HaRan,
Seltzer, yeah.
Shivchey HaRan, and Sochos HaRan. This is Shevach Chof Zayin, and this is the last Shevach of the first Chelek before we get into the Seder of the Rebbe's trip to Eretz Yisrael. It says it's even the awesome miracles we saw from the Rebbe, we don't handle this to tell these matters. This is according to the Rebbe's Meiler. It's not a praise by the Rebbe. It's not a praise by the Rebbe Chlal. As Rav Nosson said, that it doesn't make any sense to him that he says if the only thing that we saw from that they saw from Arizal, in Shivchey Arizal, there's the praise of Arizal, there's a whole book from what they saw from Arizal. So he said, Rav Nosson said that's only a drop in the bucket. He said that would be the only thing. He says, but Rabbeinu we saw a lot more. So he says, but the Rebbe it's not a praise because he was such a high madrigas and Moifsim is a big. It's not a shevach to him. The only thing that we told is everything is negea to the avodas Hashem. Or everything is negea to that's the only thing that we said. In order so that the one that wants the truth, will awaken to the fact that there is no teretz in the world. There's no excuses. And every person, I said there's no excuses.
She's hungry.
I don't know, she's hungry or in pain, whatever. Remember how the other one used to cry? Yeah. All right. Hopefully it's not she has food, she has water. So every person can get to a very, very high madrigas if he will walk and he will go in the ways of Rabbeinu Zechron Livrocha that we said in this sefer. And the main thing, Yisrogel me'oid with tefillas v'bakoshes halba. Daven and beg and supplicate the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Bifrat daven b'nov ben koinos, specifically to speak between you and the Kodesh Baruch Hu, b'loshen shemedabri in the language that you use, in English or in Yiddish or whatever language, Chinese or Greek or whatever. L'har b'siro fanav yisborach, l'ratzoy soy, to appease the Kodesh Baruch Hu, to beg him, to bring you to his avodah in be'emes. And this is enough to anybody who really seeks the truth. If we were to talk about the Rebbe's moifsim, that would immediately create the Rebbe says that Bichlal, that he was forbidden to do Moifsim, because otherwise the Olim would have no Bechira anymore. You hear all these Moifsim and all this Avodas Hashem, he had the Moifsim of the Baal Shem Tov, he had the Moifsim of this tzaddik and that tzaddik, and the tremendous things. What does it make you feel? It's like, wow, they were unbelievably great, right? But it's nothing to do with me, I'm saying? Imagine if he says that he did all these things and then all these mafsim together, he takes away the Bechira. There's no Bechira anymore. Like this, you can think, okay, I'll work, I'll this and that. It doesn't mean that whatever the Terutz and the Yitzhara has. But it's like this because otherwise there will be no Bechira whatsoever. Mitzvah Hashem, the next time we get to Shivchey HaRan, we're going to start with his trip to Eretz Yisrael. And we are holding now in Sochos HaRan, Eventually we'll finish, the Shivchey and we'll just continue in Sichas HaRan. And we are holding by Sif Chavzai. Okay. Sif Chavzai and Sichas HaRan. אף על פי שהאדם צריך להיות זורץ גודל מאוד מאוד בעבודת השם. A person has to be, tichtiger, to be quick in בעבודת השם. Don't lazy, don't waddle, no apathy, And you have to hurry it every time and every moment to do a lot in avodas Hashem, because the main thing about Hashem is doing, to learn a lot, and to do a lot of mitzvahs, and to daven, and to beg Kadosh Baruch Hu, and to pour your heart to Hashem, and so forth and so on, all the different avodas Hashem. Af al pi chen, even so, don't get panicky. Don't panic. You see in the Heilige Sfarim all kinds of unbelievable number of avodas. Don't panic. This is when will I be able to do all this? I have to learn all the Torah and all the Kabbalah and all the Zohar and the Rambam and when will I ever be able to do all this? Don't panic. Don't panic. He says, don't say to yourself, don't freak out and says, when can I ever do one of them? Let alone all of them, When will I ever get to this? I want to live long enough. He says a person shouldn't be, frightened and frazzled to try to chop everything at once. Go easy, benachas, and a level, me'at, one step at a time, slowly. And you shouldn't be panicky and all verblonget that you want to be mekayim chap everything at once, because you do this, you get totally discombobulated. It's like when there's a fire chas v'shalom, that because of the beholah, people grab things to take out. They grab things they don't even have to grab out. It's truth. The thing need to grab them. They just only. You have to be miyushav, you have to feel yourself by drago, one step at a time, benachas, little by little, one step at a time. Sometimes you can't do anything about Hashem. You can't do nothing. What can you do? Somebody who is forced, the Torah doesn't hold him, exempts him. He's exempt. So what should you do then? Long for Kodesh Baruch Hu. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. I wish I could have Kodesh Baruch Hu. I could make his body this. I could learn Torah. Because the bankshaft, the kisufim, the longing are huge things. Huge inyonim. Rachmon Alibabai. Kodesh Baruch Hu wants the heart. In this inyan there's quite a few sichas that we heard from Rabbeinu and beautiful stories that we heard, which are eitzes gdoiles teves me'oid. It's a great advice, for a person to get himself used to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He said it's not possible to really say all this, to explain it, by writing. Anybody who really looks for the truth, Yavin says, will understand a little bit. Take it easy, cool, Don't, you rush, boom, you come in, you come out, you don't even know it's there, it's not there. Step by step. You need to keep your mind. Sometimes you can't do anything at all. You can't do anything at all. Okay. Say that. A person can pass a certain period of time when he's waiting for Kodesh Baruch Hu's Yeshua, and he loses his heart. He doesn't daven so well, he doesn't this, he doesn't that. Say the Gantam. Keep the equilibrium. Don't lose your balance. Whatever it is, don't lose your balance. Keep on keeping on. Hold on. Just hold on. It'll pass. It's not again. That's the mumchias, that's the craft, that's the
Efficiency.
art.
Yeah.
That's the art of Avodas Hashem. You know, don't get frazzled from anything. You know, when you did a lot, okay, so you did a lot, you didn't start it yet. You can't do anything at all, so say it, come to. Ad kan, Sichos HaRan for today.